Fam over.
Fam, what's good? What's good? It's your boy Thal. FamOverTV. I appreciate everybody tapping into the channel, showing love, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, stopping by, whatever you're doing. I appreciate it. These videos are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is always advised. Salute to everyone out there. Hope everybody enjoying this Monday, top of the week. Good energy. Feel me? We got some good content to check out today. On your way in, make sure you hit that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, man. Salute to everyone out there. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Museum was good. Just waiting for a few people to jump in. Ty, what's good, fam? Red Cap. I'm sorry to hear that, fam. Much love to you, man. Love and light to you, man. Sorry to hear that, fam. Let's get it started, man. We got a lot of people in here already. So I'm not finna hold it up. Romel, what up? Much love to you, Red Cap. I definitely hate to hear that, fam. Let's get to it, though, y'all. We got a lot of content. It's a lot of people in here today. What the? Salute to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Salute to all the new people who tapping in. Let's get it.
We must love every single human being because love is the answer to humanity.
Tell me what democracy looks like. Tell me what democracy looks like.
Y'all, they're washing away Kentucky.
I'm still confused about all those protests. They mad, I guess, about the data and the Trump administration and everything. But I mean, they've been collecting data on us for years and years and years. And now all of a sudden people mad and everything. And then I like what Trump doing with the tariffs and everything. So he basically saying y'all taxing us and we spending money with y'all, which we can't put nothing on y'all and tax y'all for our products and stuff like that. Like, so I mean, I ain't mad about the tariffs and everything, but I understand people, you know, upset about Elon being in there and everything. But let's keep it going. Baby Cakes, what up with you? Romel, for sure, fam.
Kentucky, and I think I know why. They just released 10 floodgates at Dix's Dam in central Kentucky, and they're still open. Officials believe this dam release along the Kentucky River corridor will be worse than the Great Flood of 1937. They're getting rid of the coal mines. Kentucky is transitioning from coal to renewable energy with plans to repurpose former coal mine sites for solar farms and pump storage hydroelectric facilities. They've had plans. Global coal demand is expected to decline in the coming years, with advanced economies like the US and Europe seeing sharp drops in consumption. Now check out what this great flood of 1937 did. It devastated Kentucky, particularly Louisville, submerging nearly 70% of the city and forcing 175,000 residents to flee. In today's money, it was $3.3 billion in damages. But guess what? Following the 1937 Great Flood, the coal industry in the Ohio River Valley, a major coal-producing region, faced significant challenges, including infrastructure damage, disruption of transportation, and economic hardship for miners and communities relying on the industry. They're erasing you. These are the maps, people. This is how much water is being dumped on Kentucky. You can look at any government map, any map on the web you want, and all the counties in the maroon color are the coal-producing counties of Kentucky. Dunzo. They're flooding the mines. This storm's been sitting over the state for 4 days. Cloud seeding, anyone? And to open 10 gates to open 10 floodgates at a dam, and they're still open? The whole state's gonna be destroyed. But hey, this is all alleged. What do I know? Prayers for Kentucky.
Prayers for Kentucky, Tennessee, all those areas down there that's been flooding like crazy. Like, I don't understand it. Like, they gotta be doing something. Like, it just don't make no sense. They gotta be like deliberately doing this stuff. You feel me? Like today in Michigan, my homie just called me. He like, man, it's snowing. Earlier today, it was snowing. Then he just called me back like, man, you won't believe it. I'm like, what? He like, it's sunny and the sun out and it's the snow gone. I'm like, what? So they might be just pressing the buttons and using their machines or something. So I don't know. The boss lady in the building, Angela the Dial.
So the loudest mouth in the South, Jasmine Crockett, said she simply forgot to inform the Social Security Administration that her grandmother died in 2012. She's been collecting $2,600 a month for 13 years. So if you do the math on that, it's a little over 33,000. I think like 33,800 or something to that effect.
Huh? I think you got your math wrong, homie. If she been collecting $2,600 a month for 13 years, that's like about 30-some thousand a year. So that's down there. That's about down there about 400,000. Over 400,000. He tripping, talking about, yeah, you tripping, fam. VB, what's up? He got his math wrong, y'all. But that's crazy. Y'all see what Jasmine Crockett been doing. Diane, what up?
Fact, right? You could pull out your own calculator. Now, if you and I was to do this, we would probably be facing charges, right? You simply forgot that your grandmother died or forgot to inform Social Security. You knew exactly what you were doing because you're a shyster. But if, like, we would be subject to penalties and shit like that. So,
right.
What's going to be her accountability? Like, how are they going to handle this? Or is it going to be swept under the rug like most of the shit that the left does?
It's definitely probably going to be swept under the rug because she's probably not the only one doing it. And they would have been prosecuted her if it was a problem or something. But like he said, if that was one of us, and we was collecting that for 13 years, $2,600 a month, and she talking about she forgot. Girl, you ain't forget. That's crazy. Right. She needs to be in trouble for that shit, but it's that politician. That's the game. Everybody squeezing where they can squeeze at. Twan, what up, fam?
Just swept right under the rug.
Those same people are those who run the world today, and let's name them. The Pessoas, the Rothschilds, the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Kennedys, the Lees, the Onassis, the Reynolds, the Rockefellers, and the Russells. They are all descendants from those who fell from heaven. They are the descendants of the Nephilim. This is why every single freaking time a UFO, giant, alien, demon gets a glimpse of exposure, someone ends up missing or dead, and information is scrubbed from the internet. But I'm not afraid to speak about it like your 501(c)(3) pastor is.
Damn. Speaking facts.
So I know I can't be the only one who believes that the time has been sped up on Earth. Like, there is God who's outside of earth with a remote in his hand, and he's fast forwarding the movie, and we are the characters in the movie. I can't be the only one who thinks that. I've long had this theory that time has been sped up to put us closer to the end, because if time isn't sped up, remember, no flesh would be saved. Remember, if Jesus doesn't quicken his coming, then no flesh would be saved. So God is shortening the days, except he's shortening it so much that we are realizing that the day is short. And it's something you can quite literally measure. You go back 10 years, and I mean just 10 years ago, I was like 16, okay? And in high school, I remember those days were extremely long. Not complaining or not complaining, but then even when I was 20 years old, those days were shorter than it was when I was 16, but they were still long. And then you fast forward time, you fast forward time, you fast forward time. Even during COVID, like, we were in lockdown for quite some time, but for some reason, every day still went by really, really fast. No matter how bored you are nowadays, time is just so sped up that the day still just goes by fast. Right. It doesn't really matter. So I truly believe, this is a theory I've had for so long, I truly believe, and don't say it's because you're getting older. No, because the young people believe the days are going by fast just as much as the old people believe the days are going by fast, okay? So now, I know I can speak for a lot of people when I say this, a day seems like maybe a couple hours, like 5, 6, 7 hours. Right. You wake up in the morning and then 6:30, 7 o'clock comes like that, and then your day is over with. Every single day. There's not enough time in a day. Remember, they used to say that, but now it's the truth. So I do believe that days are being shortened, so there can be some flesh that is saved, and that is scripture. Now, whether you believe that God is standing outside of the earth with a remote in his hand, fast forwarding us, but think about this, right? When you fast forward a movie, and I say this all the time, when you fast forward a movie, the characters in the movie don't know they're being fast forwarded. And you might say, well, duh, because it's previously were good. Right, but God knows the beginning and the end, right? And so technically it's a movie, right, for him, right? And so if he's fast forwarding us, we wouldn't feel it on earth, right? But it's still happening, right?
Hey, I can't lie. The time has sped up. Right, Adam? You know what I'm saying? My mom used to say that too. Like, once you get older, she said time will go by faster and everything. But these days just is like, obviously, like, this time definitely, I think, sped up. Something happened for sure. Because I remember like vividly, like back in the day, growing up and everything, how the days, like, it was long days. It even stayed light outside to damn near 10 o'clock in Michigan, you know what I'm saying? And nowadays, it's like, man, he's right. I'm talking about, you go like by like that. You look up, this evening time, it's dark outside, and you're like, damn, the day went by fast. And that's every day now. So that's crazy, man. Salute to everybody in the building. We got like almost 700 people in here, man. All the new people, don't feel free to chat. We don't bite over here. We ain't, hating or beefing or trolling, doing none of that over here. So you can chat, engage in the chat. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Salute to everyone. Let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going.
I'm on one today. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm on one. I'm bored. It's raining, right? It's raining. It's storming. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to chat with y'all, my God.
I try to tell people that the goddess was the first creation to ever exist. She gave birth to all life, not just man, all life. But of course, people was laughing. It's not really funny. Once you find out what the enemy really did to us, you will start to take this shit way more serious. They stole her story and gave us his story. Remember Adam and Eve when they said that the serpent came to them in the garden? Remember, they gave us his story. That's why the snake hissed. But of course, it's a deeper meaning behind all of this. Stay with me. The serpent that came to Adam and Eve is really the semen or the sperm from the men. If you ever do any kind of research, you will understand that the female egg do not want the semen in her body. She look at it like it's some kind of intruder. This is happening for a great reason, but we forgot about it. Don't worry about it. I'm about to give you back your memory of what the goddess really represents. The reason why they call it sea men is because we are the men that's lost at sea and we need someone to come and help us. So when you are lost at sea, you're waiting for a ship or a boat to throw you some life support so they can pull you on. When our seamen go inside of the woman's body, her egg is acting like a ship or a boat, and she's going to pull more sea men to her craft so she can save them. That's why I say woman created man. We are the ones that's lost at sea, and once the woman save us, we can now see. But this story go a little deeper because the enemy did some wicked shit. We were never supposed to create or reproduce in the physical way. Everything was supposed to be a mental stimulation. They say our thoughts make things manifest like this, right? So that means we can create another life with our thoughts. That's why the church tell us we have to go get baptized to get saved. No, we are baptized inside of the mother's womb. When her water break, we are born into sin. By the way, the real name of the moon is sin. The moon is acting like the woman's egg that's going to come and save us. We are dealing with some evil ass people that erase our whole story. The sperm or the semen is really a parasite or a worm. Parasite, worm. Don't the semen look just like a worm or a parasite? Just pay attention. Everything will come to you. There was no real serpent that came to Adam and Eve. This was the parasite or the man's sperm. Before the enemy came here, man and woman was one united force. We couldn't be fucked with. But what they did was they separated us. Now, women hate men and men hate women. No, we are one force. We are still fighting the same battle right now. They put parasite in our food and parasites inside of our physical bodies. If you want to know more, my ebook link is in my bio.
That was interesting. Definitely interesting. Sure. I'm not sure. I definitely know them parasites is real for sure. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. But I don't know. And I feel like he right about the division of men and women. They definitely like made it. Like we definitely then grew apart, you know what I'm saying, over the time and everything with all the bullshit, social media and all everything else going on. But hey, that was crazy. Salute to everybody in the building. It's good seeing all y'all. D Void, darling, what's up with you? Baptastic, Dee, Rochelle, what's up, Christy? Salute to all y'all, man. Salute to all the new people in here. I don't even like. Sometimes we have a lot of people in here. It be spike up, and sometimes it don't. Like I don't know where all you 700 people came from, but I appreciate all y'all. If you can hit that like button, you can subscribe, show a little love. I appreciate it. Let's keep it going, man. These videos is crazy. It's a lot going on in the world, y'all.
A lot. I think in this video you'll find out humans were not meant to be here as it is forever. So now you might have seen the recent headlines coming up about the major bee die-off, about scientists running crazy trying to figure out what is going on, and that 60 to 70% of United States bees have literally died and are gone. But do you want to know what I remember seeing last year before these headlines came out? Articles and videos and researchers all coming out saying they were finding aluminum in bees' wings. Contamination may be behind the insect decline. This is June 10th, 2015. TikTok is a very accredited source, and also videos right beside me coming out saying the same thing last year. Fast forward to now, the headlines: millions of bees have died this year. It's the worst bee loss in recorded history, and it's getting worse since they published this. But again, this problem is not unique to just bees, but fish and all life everywhere. And it was Albert Einstein who said that if all the bees disappeared, humanity would disappear with them. We are seeing mass die-offs in every single sector: birds, fish, whales, even our own kind. We know it's not sustainable, and guess what? It wasn't meant to be sustainable, at least not this era, because there is an end coming soon.
Man, that's crazy.
At least we still got the bees.
Let me tell y'all.
I was just speaking with one of the homies yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think a few days ago with Buddha about bees and how the bees disappeared. Like I remember as soon as it get warm outside, I used to hate when it's getting warm because Used to be so many bees and wasps and everything flying around. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. These last few years, I ain't been seeing no bees or no wasps or none of that shit. Like nowhere. Usually they'd be flying around. You might find one dead here and there on the ground somewhere and everything. The bees is becoming extinct. And this shit that's alarming. That's crazy. You feel me? Let's keep it going. What up, Rochelle? D-Voy, what up, fam?
True story, be simple and watch this video to the end. No more ice cream for me. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
Man, I wish you would have got it on video though. What? Me breaking it, because I was just breaking it, and then again. That's literally all metal.
Come on. No, it's not.
That's fucking crazy. That is so crazy. Literally almost gave this to our 3-year-old daughter.
Chill.
The more we go in there, the more metal we find.
Come on, man. That wasn't metal, that was chocolate sprinkles. Come on!
What's that? Is that more metal or hair?
That's hair or sprinkles, bro. It's not metal.
I don't know, but... Look, I just scooped it. What the I just scooped it out of the middle of the ice cream.
No, it's not.
Brand new ice cream.
She's crazy. Are you kidding me? Shut up! What do you mean, metal? That's not metal. Don't say that. That was either black pepper, sprinkles, or maybe somebody dropped their hair in it. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what those people are talking about because there was never no metal in my ice cream. I just bought the ice cream yesterday. I looked through it thoroughly. I ate the whole thing at one night, and I should have never did that. Shut up! It's not a game on you guys. All those little snacks that you like late night, you're still paying attention. You know, we living in a time where you just can't eat. You gotta examine what you eat. You know, but back in the days, you could just chomp it down in your mouth. But now, you better watch what you eat. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on you guys. You know what time is it? That's why I don't eat ice cream like that no more. I had to slow down. You know, people were telling me, stop playing with me, son. It's not a game on you guys. You know what time is it? But I'll tell you one thing. If I ever buy one of these ice creams, or any type of ice cream, and I open it up, and I see that little black stuff, I'm like, you know what? That's my sign to not eat ice cream. That's it.
It was wild that I didn't know how close my own wife was to the Clintons.
That you were married to her?
And well, I was married to her.
How close was she to the Clintons?
I mean, cell phone away, like, or hey, tell Ye to say this away, or hey, go out and use your platform to push the vaccination away.
Mermaids, dolphins, sirens, orcas, all that extraterrestrial race called the Nomos. They've been laying low for a good little minute. In 2020, when the reinforcements arrived, the Galactic Federation, Xylanthia, Anunnaki, all of that shit, when we got here, the Nomos started turning up. When we got here, now the Nomos is turning up. Now you have, they popping out of the waters. The sirens are starting to sing again. The mermaids are starting to pop out again. Everything, they starting to activate, you feel me? They're starting to turn up some more because the reinforcements are here. That's why you're seeing so many UFO sightings. The reinforcements are here.
Damn.
Your cosmic family. The reinforcements are here. If you want to know who flying majority of these spaceships, the good ones, they go look in the fucking mirror. They look just like me and you.
Wow. I've been hearing about them nomos and everything. I gotta go down that rabbit hole, man, and do some research on that and see what's going on with all that. I keep hearing about it, so I definitely got to do that. Salute to everybody. Frank, what up, fam? Patricia, Prince B, what up? Riley, what up with y'all? Truth Lady. And far as that ice cream, y'all, just like Truth Lady say, you can make your own ice cream. You can go order you an ice cream maker off of Amazon for the low. You can make your own ice cream easy. Way better than that stuff in the store. At least you know what you're getting. Feel me? Let's keep it going. I need everybody hit that like button for me. Keep the algorithm jumping, y'all. Salute to everybody. Appreciate all y'all in here. Y'all got me smiling like I don't think I never had this many people on a live. Where y'all come from?
We haven't been to the moon. You believe that? We haven't been to the moon? Yeah. Why is that? We haven't been back. What about Neil Armstrong and all that, no? You see the videos of him saying that he didn't go? He said, yeah. Go look.
See, everybody up on that moon stuff.
You know it's finna get serious, and all these showing all that's finna, man, say they gonna lock you up. It finna get real. I went to a meeting. A lot of y'all don't know this. I'm finna expose. And y'all ain't heard this from nobody. I was sitting in the room with the FBI, the ATF, everybody. They got an organization for every neighborhood. Oak Cliff, East Dallas. I heard them saying people names that I grew up with and know. But they had a task force. They are watching y'all for 3-4 years. They don't know I'm an ex everything. And I'm sitting up and listening to the whole conversation. You gotta know I've been on both sides. They got a task force for the ATL people running around with people that sell. They got a group of people dealing with every neighborhood. Watch this. Man, they had pictures. I wanted to say, hey man, call some people. They got you, man. They watching you. I'm a pastor, so I can't do that. It would have been like me condoning what they do. You know, that one side of you, you know, you come from the streets. I want to say, hey man, get out the street, man. They finna come get you, man.
Okay, I gotta say something.
Damn.
This going back to rookie year when we played y'all. When the game was about to get tied, right?
Right.
It looked like something just beautiful football.
Well, he's been
off the goal
uprights during the course
of
of the
game.
the extra point.
Bro.
I watched that game. I just don't understand it either. And he ain't never missed a kick. You know what I'm saying? That's Tucker. He don't miss kicks, y'all. Like extra points and stuff like that. And that one time, that ball went all the way to the right. I don't even think they in a stadium. They inside a dome. I don't even think there's no wind or none of that. So I don't understand this. I thought the magnet stuff was just cap, but they might be using magnets in the NFL, man.
I said there got to be a restart the game from
some ain't
you know how
right.
back in the days, man, like 2008, they used to have a little X and you get to replay that play.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it was no wind, though.
Bro,
Like,
that
how
game was
it
a war
going.
of attrition. And as a kicker, you kind of know, right? If you hit the ball well, you shouldn't have that look on your face. So it looks like Justin Tucker really felt like he hit that ball the way he needed to hit it.
He don't miss. That's crazy.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who remembers this. So do y'all remember back in 2022, I believe, Ann Hesh passed away in a car accident, right? Well, in the footage that they had released, I don't know if this footage was just leaked or what, but it was so creepy because as she was being carried out of the car wreckage, she got up out of the gurney and started moving. Do y'all remember this? Like she was being carried out on the stretcher. And then they're like moving her to the ambulance. And look, like I know I'm not the
And they talking about she was actually gone by then, but that was her body in shock. That don't look like no body in shock to me. The way she got out of there, it's like she was like, man, hold on, what y'all doing and shit? And all of a sudden, they talking about, yeah, she was already gone. That was just her body in shock. Man, that shit still don't sit right with me. They need to be like, I don't understand like how some of this stuff just gets swept under the rug, but I do understand. I understand. It's a powerful group out there that can make anything happen. So that shit just sad. Like it's crazy. Cause you can see blatantly, like you can see it, like, come on now. And then they said, like, I guess her brakes went out. Like that was a whole play.
only one who remembers this. And then basically she was trying to like get out of the body bag on the stretcher after the crash. And then later on she was pronounced unalive. Like, what was that? What was that movement? Like, am I tripping? Because I know I saw someone move and I know I saw someone get up and like get up out of the bag. Like, I know I'm not tripping, y'all. So y'all remember this and y'all remember like all this happening. I know they said that she had a high alcohol value when she was driving and she had crashed into a home. And I think her body like moved out of the car. But y'all, I know I'm not tripping when I saw someone moving.
Have you guys heard of the new Kawasaki Corleo? A mechanical quadruped that can traverse different types of terrains. how sick is this? Like, it could walk down mountains, it can run across icy glaciers, and even jump across gaps. I know this is concept, I know this is just animation right now, but would you pick one of these up if it was real? Now, this is the type of future that I want to see. Like, you're mixing the past with the future, and you're coming out with something like this. It's not even a horse. It's a looks like a lion. You're riding on the back of a mechanical lion. Now, that's freaking sick. It's not out yet, but would you guys pick it up? I don't know how much it would cost. The thing is, the battery pack. We need to see how long the battery is going to last. Is it going to be 10 hours or 24 hours? I know that sounds crazy right now, but we don't know. Technology is expanding. Hopefully, by the time it comes out, it'll be...
I'm sure it'll be out soon. They got robot dogs. They got robot people. They got robots building homes, robot building cars and everything. So I'm sure they got a concept they probably already working with, just getting the nicks and knacks fixed and everything. But that's crazy. Like a robot horse that you can ride. Man, I don't even want to see all that, man. Like we really in the future, but I don't know if I'm ready for all that, man. That's crazy. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, y'all.
Florida continues to be the hotbed of UFO sightings on their waters, literally on their waters or above. This next sighting comes from an unidentified man who sees this weird craft UFO hovering on the water. And they have no idea what it is. It looks like it has like some sort of force field or glow around it. This one's weird, and it's one we have not seen before. Take a look at this. Comment below and tell me what you think this could be.
Looks like the cruise ship flipped over and it's shaped as a fish now.
Now that's crazy, right there. I don't know what that looked like a hologram down there, almost transparent or something. But they said them aliens and UFOs is under the water and everything. Like, I done seen a couple of videos and everything. Like, that looked crazy right there, man. Cinder, what's going on? Look at that. What is that? That motherfucker look like it's down there invisible or something, or like that's weird right there, y'all. I don't know what that was, but that definitely looked weird. We gonna keep it going. Let's get into these other videos about this giant that they said that they recovered from over in Iraq when we was over there at war. I thought the war was about something else, but they saying that war was really about that giant. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? Gilgamesh or something like that and everything. They was trying to recover his body and all that. And they was trying to get people to be quiet. And I'm hearing the stories and seeing the content on it. It's crazy, y'all. Crazy. Let's keep it going. Hit that like button for me. Salute to everybody in the building.
Towers. We have no time to get into that one, as we all know it was not the Afghans. And on the same day, we get the dancing Israelis. It was to initiate the war between Iraq, Afghanistan, and the United States of America over the body of Gilgamesh. Look it up. This is why there is always an explosion of technology right after a war happens. I know this may freak new listeners out, or anyone new to this, which is why I am not going to get deep into this, as it is not of major significance right now. However, you know exactly what I'm talking about in regards to Hillary Clinton's emails.
That's what them emails was
We
about.
have quite literally been lied to about everything. They have created this Truman Show type simulation to keep the general public distracted from the truth, distracted from the biblical events that are actually happening in our world. And one of these events is actually the war in Iraq. Everybody meet Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh was an ancient Sumerian king who ruled in what we now know is modern day Iraq. And he was a 17 to 20 foot giant. He was a demigod, which means he was half human and half God. Now, if you know your Bible, and if you followed my stories before on ancient Egyptian history and how we've been lied to, you know that these giants actually existed, and they were demonic human hybrids that ruled and ravaged the earth. Now, Gilgamesh was a barbaric king. He built up and ruled over the city of Uruk, which is, again, modern day Iraq. Now, you and I were taught that this is all just mythology, just like the ancient Egyptian half animal, half human gods that we read about. But when you read the Bible, you understand that this all, in fact, actually happened. So what does he have to do with the war in Iraq? This brings us to 2003, when German archaeologist Jörg Fassbinder was digging in modern-day Iraq, and he thought he found the city of Uruk.
Gilgamesh was simply a figment of myth. That was until Jörg Fassbinder and his team of archaeologists, using modern technology to look deep into the ground, discovered an entire ancient city beneath the desert, astonishingly laid out just as the city of Uruk, over which Gilgamesh had purportedly reigned, was described in the epic. There were houses and gardens and fields alongside an incredibly sophisticated system of canals, leading archaeologists to describe the site as Venice in the desert.
Nudie, what
More
up?
importantly, on the outskirts of the ancient city was what appeared to be a burial site, which archaeologists believed to be the tomb of the ancient king.
So Jörg goes to the authorities, tells them he thinks that he found the city of Uruk and possibly the tomb of Gilgamesh, and 5 months later, we invade Iraq. Now here's where it gets crazy, because not only did we invade Iraq immediately after his findings, our military builds a base directly over the ruins. Anyway, it's not a secret that the USA established a base in the old Babylonian city, destroyed some historical artifacts, and also took with them many of the artifacts. They constructed buildings and helicopter landing pads in the ancient city. It's not a secret that they were searching for something very important.
There were none. There were no weapons of mass destruction.
And you know, something's wrong. It's a whole world of deceit. We're going into Iraq to get artifacts? Not to get anything but artifacts. That was the most important thing, they said.
But which artifacts?
I don't know. They just said artifacts. There were things in Iraq that were so old that we had to go get.
Y'all seen my boy Trump was on it. He was like, man, it was no weapons of mass destruction. They already knew. They said it was artifacts. So, I mean, I don't know. Truthfully, they said they want the DNA. That's what it was about. They want the DNA of that giant, huh? Juanita, what up? Hola.
Bush wanted those artifacts. It was very important.
Did we get them? And if so, where did they go?
We got them. They said they got everything they needed from that country.
Where is it?
I don't know. We have them.
Saddam Hussein was building a massive reconstruction of Babylon near the ancient city. Was he trying to hide something huge? Is that why the US decided to invade Iraq so fast and acquire the ancient relic? Everything in our world is biblical. Everything. All of the wars that are fought are biblical. It goes back to the Bible. It goes back to the demonic forces that are still alive today, the evidence of the demonic forces that are all around our world that they don't want you and I to know about. And if you go on the Department of State's website and type in Gilgamesh, you are actually brought to the formal request for the ancient tomb of Gilgamesh. They were requesting his body from the burial site. So when we invaded Iraq, we went in and just took it all, and we actually had to return it. There's even an email from WikiLeaks that says requesting documents pertaining to the resurrection chamber of Gilgamesh, the location of his body, and the location of the buried Nephilim. Our entire world is biblical. all over our world is evidence of the Bible, evidence of the giants, evidence of the Nephilim,
Wow.
evidence of all these ancient civilizations that are written about in the Bible. But unfortunately, our world is controlled by Satan. Our government is ran by Satan. So what does our government do? It comes in and it covers it up.
Wow, wow, wow. That's exactly what they do. Cover up everything. Because with all this evidence and all these findings and everything, I mean, it's proof. It's proof right there. Like, I can't even doubt it no more. I used to doubt it. I'm like, man, yeah, right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even I know it's in the Bible and all this stuff and everything, I still have my doubts and everything because, you know, they can alter things and do all that type of stuff, but it's too much evidence. And it's just crazy to me how they, like, if I wouldn't have went down these rabbit holes and learned all this stuff later in life and everything and figured out some of this stuff and was able to come across different things and everything, I would have never even imagined this type of shit. You feel me? But they hide this. They need to be informing everybody about all this stuff, man. What's going on and all these powers we can tap into and all this stuff going on in life. And I just don't understand it. I guess it's the system. They got the system set up. They want us to be like on this prison planet and just doing what we supposed to be doing. You feel me? It's crazy, y'all. Let's keep it going.
This video is supposedly Iraqi war vets unearthing a giant. Supposedly it's 9 feet tall and is supposedly Gilgamesh from the ancient poem.
I don't know if this is real or not, but that looked crazy. I don't know. I don't know if they say this is real, but I don't know. Like, why would they leak this? How did this get leaked? And they trying to keep everything else a secret. You feel me? Nah, Ether, what up, fam?
Do you believe in the conspiracy involving ancient giants? I've seen variations with his eyes open, but I believe this is the real video. The others I believe are fake. Like and follow for more.
This video is what you were waiting for. The direct interview with the pilot who transported the 15 feet tall Kandahar giant.
Let me hear this.
Back in 2005, I was actually stationed or deployed to Qatar. It was a completely normal mission for us. We were not alerted for anything abnormal. It was in the middle of the day. I remember coming into a base in Afghanistan called Bagram. Back in those days, it was pretty austere. It was an old Russian air base that we were using. It's basically built in a bowl in the mountains where you have to stay high right up in the last minute, and then you basically come screaming back down to land. The area to the side of it was called the Valley of Death because during the Soviet days with the Mujahideen, they had fired their rockets into a lot of the helicopters, so you could see all kinds of wrecks and stuff in the valley below, which for the most part I didn't pay attention to because I was a little busy getting the airplane on the ground safely. We landed and basically was told to taxi to the very end of the tarmac. And like I said, it was middle of the day, very hot. I remember that. We opened the doors and unloaded the equipment that we had brought in. And then we were met at the aircraft by what we later on called the babysitters. But they kind of introduced themselves and said, hey, no cameras, nobody's taking pictures here. We're moving some high-value stuff.
I'm sure a lot of people go be like, man, this cap, man, he lying and everything. But I don't see what he'd get out of line about this type of shit. You feel me? So I don't know, man. Let's keep on listening, man. Salute to Shane in the building. Salute to Dublin, Ireland. That's what's up, man. All the way from there. Appreciate you tapping in. Great Sage, what up?
When the load got there, we're very, of course, curious to see what it was, because that's just the way you are when you're told that you're not allowed to have a camera. They say this thing had been dead for maybe a day or two, but it stunk. And when I say stunk, I've smelled dead things before, but this had a more of a, I want to say a musky stink, kind of a, not really a decay, but more of a, if somebody hadn't taken a shower in like 10 years type of a musky stink is all I can tell you.
He said the giant was musty, y'all. The giant was stinking when they got it, y'all.
And it was basically a dead guy. And this guy was extremely large. And when I say large, our pallets are basically, if I remember correctly, about 9 by 12 feet or so. This guy was laying in a fetal position on the pallet. He filled the pallet. We estimated his size at approximately 12 to 10 feet tall. I did see his skin color. I was expecting somebody of more Arabic descent, being in Afghanistan and all. I know he was dead, but he was very pale, very white. Another thing that us and the rest of the crew did was we took our feet. He was in a fetal position, so you could take your feet and put it, kind of, you could see where his feet were there, and they were wrapped up. He did not have shoes on, but he had like, looked like he was wrapping them in some kind of a canvas type stuff. But we were sticking our feet up next to his feet, and his feet were extremely big. We know that the standard weight on one of those pallets is about 1,500 pounds, and I do remember that the Loadmaster did the weights, and it was around 1,100 pound guy. The pallet sits on dunnage. You know what dunnage is? It's basically like railroad ties so that you can get a forklift underneath it and pick it up. So it was on dunnage, and basic dunnage is like maybe a 4x4. And then the pallet is, say, yay thick. It's actually aluminum and balsa wood. And this guy, I mean, laying down was very, very wide. I mean, and he was like,
hell no, they ain't took no pictures. Somebody probably tried to sneak a picture or something, but man, they would have wiped their nose and their family nose. They probably told them, man, y'all better not pull no phones out, nothing like that. We keeping this shit a secret. I wish it was a picture or somebody. I'm pretty sure somebody might have tried to get some footage of it or something, but I doubt that, D-Void. I doubt that, fam.
like I said, he's in a fetal position, and you go up and just, you hit it, and of course he's under a tarp and all that, I understand that, but he was a dense guy. We questioned the babysitters of, hey, where'd you get this guy? And some of the Army guys there with him relayed to us that this guy had, I guess, been living up in the mountains next to a village where the villagers basically treated him like a god. I did infer that they were making sacrifices to this guy because they said they found bones of people. The giant supposedly, like I said, I was not there, supposedly killed the first team that they came across. He was extremely big and fast and agile for a guy that size. They sent up another team, and when the second team went in there to get him, supposedly he had already started to basically eat on the team that had been killed the first time.
Damn.
They then grabbed a helicopter, and the helicopter brought him down where we picked him up. After we loaded the Giant, it was just a standard mission back. We took him all the way back to LUD in Qatar, where he was transloaded onto another airplane. I believe it was a C-17. I was done with my mission then. I got away from it. I was done. I did ask some questions later of, where it might have gone. And as the grapevine goes, it was probably taken back to the United States. And the words I heard were right, Pat. But again, I don't know.
Man, that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy work right there. I'm finna start back tapping into that type of content, though. I wanna start learning more and more about what's been hidden in our history and stuff we don't know about, y'all. But man, salute to everybody today, man. I appreciate everybody. I know it's a little short one. We usually go at least an hour, but it's a lot of y'all in here. I appreciate all y'all. Please hit that like button for me on your way out. Salute to y'all. Appreciate everybody tapping in. I don't know where all everybody from, but hey, I appreciate the love, man. Salute to my content management moderators, everybody. Hey, take it day by day, y'all. Watching these videos and everything. Protect your peace, stay on way. Stay vibrating high. Keep that good energy around. Keep showing love. In the end, we will win. You feel me? It's your boy Thou, FamOverTV. Peace and love, health and wealth to everybody. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Fam over.